It's your girl BabyD, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna do a story time on how I walked away from people even when it meant being alone. So let's get straight into the video. So let's talk about the shift. What I noticed change was me. Nobody changed. I was the one who changed. But I changed for the better. I changed for myself. Mentally, I just understood that the people I was surrounding myself with, aka friends, they weren't the best choices for me. And it all come down to mentality, long-term goals, even short-term goals and boundaries, and even certain dynamics. Like, I wasn't mad that I outgrew people. I was more so sad that people didn't grow along with me. But everybody has their own time frame when it comes to growing, evolving as people. But I just felt like I was moving at a faster pace. So I've had friend dynamics where, I was overgiving when it came to money. I overgave when it came to love. I overgave when it came to advice, being there as a friend. Being a friend is more than just taking pictures and matching cute outfits and hanging out. It's more to that, And I felt like I won't meet halfway with a lot of things. So I had to change for the better. I had to create a clearer and stronger mindset. I had to have stronger boundaries when it came to things like that, because I had to understand that I was evolving and the people that I was surrounding myself wasn't evolving with me, So my boundaries grew and they no longer fit in the dynamic no more, because it was like, I can't surround myself with females that don't got nothing going for themselves, but I do. If I'm sitting here working, I need to surround myself around people that's working as well. If not, I'm going to get swept into the dynamic that I don't have to do all of this. I don't know, I just felt like it was draining to me to hang around people who weren't, on the same wavelength as me, if that makes sense. So that was one of the main things I had to understand. That was the shift, honestly, because I started seeing everything differently, because I started looking at things more long-term than short-term. So I feel like that was the shift for me, understanding that the dynamic was changing, I was changing, I was growing, and I was outgrowing people. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like when I started to choose my peace and I started to choose myself over surrounding myself with these same people that were draining, I felt like it was silence to them, because I started choosing myself. And I feel like they misunderstood my silence or whatever, and they was taking my silence for beef or envy or, competition or something like that. But it was never that. It was just that I felt like I was outgrowing the friendship and they didn't want to grow along with me, So I feel like over time we just outgrew each other. And I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely heard stuff about me not being a good friend. People have said I was self-centered around guys, which I never felt like I was self-centered around guys or whatever. I just feel like if I'm growing as a person, I should be open to, growing with somebody else one day, when it comes to a male. So I'm not going to cut myself short from experiencing someone because someone else don't want me to talk to a guy or whatever the case may be. So honestly, I feel like if anyone ever really said I was self-centered around a guy, it was really because the guy was showing up better than the friend, and the friend was not getting all of my 100% attention. So I feel like when it comes to that, that's the only reason someone said I was self-centered around a guy. But honestly, I really feel like a lot of the times my friendships didn't work out because I just outgrew them, like, you know. So yeah, and I feel like the hardest part was people understanding that my peace was more important than anything. But I definitely gained a lot from choosing myself, from just like pulling away and like, you know, just stepping into my authentic self, you know, without anyone influencing me. And so I feel like that's where the isolation came in last year, when I like deaded all the friends and I really worked on myself, and I gained so much peace and clarity, discernment, I mean, self-trust. I even created stronger boundaries for myself. I even had a clear vision on like friendships, like going forward, like, you know, what was a healthy friendship, what's not a healthy friendship, what I will deal with, what I won't deal with in a friendship. And I feel like I didn't take any losses when it came to like any friendships, because I feel like all my friendships were purposeful for their time. I love all my friends that I've ever met, for real, like good or bad. I loved all my friends with all my heart. I'm not gonna lie, some of my friendships ended because they were just fucking bad. Like the friend was being envious or competitive or some fucking weirdo ass shit, you know. But like other than that, like majority of my friendships were really, really like amazing, to be honest. It was just that I was outgrowing the dynamic way faster than they were learning the dynamic, if that makes sense. Because me as a person, I do not like to feel boxed in. I don't like to feel stagnant in any kind of thing, like whether that's a relationship, a friendship, a job, anything. I do not like to feel like I am stuck and it's not getting anywhere. So I feel like me going through that process, because I'm not gonna lie, this has been like a 3-year process of me understanding like friendships, and I feel like I finally realized that it's a lot more things that I need out of a friend, not just us hanging out, taking pictures, vibing. Like I need a friend that's gonna genuinely be there for me, like especially during my hardest times. Like when my dad died, I only had one friend and she was not there for me like I needed her to be there for me. And I'm not gonna point fingers, like, you know, at her or down talk her, but people have to understand that friendships are very, very serious to me. And I feel like when my dad died, that made me really, really realize that I don't want no short-term friendship. Like I want a long-term friendship, because when you lose a parent like that, your whole world changes, you know. And I had nobody come sit with me in my room, give me hugs, reassure me, or none of that. Like she would text me or whatever, check on me, but that's nothing like actually showing up for someone, like, you know. And in that time frame, it made me realize what I really needed out of a friend. Like I needed emotional support from a friend, not just someone I can gossip with and spill tea to. Like I genuinely needed someone who was going to meet me 50-50 in all aspects, because when I look at a friend, I look at a lifelong sister, you know. And I can't have friends around me that secretly envy me or secretly want to be me or be better than me or compete with me, you know. And I just realized over time that I wasn't really, gaining anything from friendships. I was actually losing and draining myself from these friendships. So I pulled away or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, it created the most lonely space I've ever been in. I do not like being alone. That's like my worst fear. I do not like being alone. I don't like people leaving me. I don't like being abandoned. None of that. I know that for a fact. But I've been working on that as a person because I know that everything is temporary. Nothing is mine forever. I'm not even here forever. So when I finally understood that, I kind of was able to set better boundaries for myself as well, especially when it comes to getting to know new people. I stopped overgiving myself as much because I realized that I can't expect myself out of other people, just because I'm a genuine person that check on you and make sure you okay don't mean you're going to be a genuine person that check on me and make sure I'm okay and XYZ, right? But I realized in that process that I didn't lose anybody. I just made space for the people who are meant to be in my life, And a lot of times we want these people to be part of our lives forever, but in reality, God only put them in our life for a season that we can learn from and change, and be better from that. And with that being said, if any of my old friends are listening right now, it's no hate towards none of y'all. It's always straight love. But I had to choose myself over the whole dynamic. I had to choose my mental health for the better, I couldn't think about what y'all wanted, what y'all accepted, what y'all liked. I couldn't keep focusing on it because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about what anyone else wants or cares or thinks about me. It's all about me. You get what I'm saying? And what I want for myself and what I think and etc. So I feel like when it came to the friendship dynamic, it really wasn't my cup of tea, honestly. And don't get me wrong, to this day, I would love to have my own friends, some genuine good friends in my corner. But I'm not rushing it because friendships is just as serious as a relationship. I'm not gonna lie, my last couple of friendships broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie. The last 3 female friendships I've had literally broke my heart. I cried for days like a relationship would have broke me, And I feel like it made me really realize how important a friend is to me and just how much I will and won't tolerate when it comes to a friend, And I feel like I was always dragged into the dynamics where I was always overgiving in the friendship, and it was draining me. And I would have to always pull myself away from those friendships because it's nobody ever understands that just because I'm Deasia, just because I'm BabyD, just because I'm Instagram famous, just because I have this platform does not mean to dehumanize me. I'm still a human being. I still have feelings. I still have my limits and stuff like that, And I feel like people were definitely taking advantage of me as a person, and I just had to step away. And I'm not gonna lie, it creates so much loneliness and it creates so many different scenarios because it's just why do I always have to go through these lessons when it comes to friendships? Why can't I just have a genuine friendship, But I started to realize, instead of me questioning why I can't have a genuine friend and XYZ, I started to realize maybe God is taking me through these integrations and taking me through these lessons because he wants me to realize what a genuine friend is supposed to be. And he wants me to stop settling for these temporary friends that just want to be in my energy for the time being, and find people who want to create something with me, a legacy, I want friendships where we can build and grow businesses and watch each other flourish together. I don't want to have a friend around me that doesn't even care about me doing music or investing in my YouTube or my content creation or none of that. I want a friend that genuinely supports me and cares for me, not someone who gives me the side eye or, feels jealous or anyway. And I don't want to be around anyone who feels like their worth gets cut because me being around. Like, you know, I don't want to be a reason why someone's being insecure or none of that either. You know, and I feel like I just need to be around women content creators as well. Like, I feel like for me to finally truly find my people is to put myself in the content creator friendship category at this point, because it's just like I realized, like, I've had all type of friends with all type of jobs, all different fucking things, and it seemed like nothing really worked out. But you want to know what I never had? I never had friends that were content creators, like, you know. And I feel like maybe that's where I fit in, you know, because content creators understand one another. Content creators know that a lot of times you have to go off of straight faith, like, you know, like. And I feel like a lot of the times people were trying to compare themselves to me because I'm a content creator, so my money comes in differently than a 9-to-5, and it's structured differently. So I just feel like it was just a lot of shifts that happened, and I feel like me growing into who I truly want to be in this lifetime, I feel like it just switched a lot of dynamics, and I feel like a lot of people try to compare themselves to me or try to compete with me, and I don't like that. I really, really don't like that. So honestly, I feel like me going through all of the lessons and things that I've went through with friendships, I feel like that really put me in a spot where I finally realized, you know, the people for me are content creators. The people I need to surround myself around is content creators. Like, I don't need to keep surrounding myself around people who aren't in line with me, you know. So I can't keep putting myself around people who not on that level with me. And it may sound bad because people may look at it like, oh, she bougie, she don't hang around nobody unless they got a certain image or unless they got 10K plus followers. No, it's not that. I just realized that me being friends with somebody who got 100 followers really would not fucking matter. Even it, like, I could be friends with somebody with 100 followers, and I could be friends with somebody with 10K followers, right? But that person with 100 followers will always look at me with a side eye because they'll always think, oh, she better than me. She thinks she better than somebody, like, da-da-da-da. I do not like envious people, and I feel like I always surrounded myself around envious people or people that want to compete with me because they aren't on that same level I'm on. Like, a lot of people I surround myself with just got regular 9-to-5 jobs. They don't have any kind of side hustles, no business, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I come around, I feel like I really kind of like irritate people because I'm on a different wavelength than them, you know? So like, I just feel like over time I realized that, you know, like, who I am as a person also affects my friendships and relationships and all type of stuff, because people already see what I am, you know. They see the potential, they see the future me already, and I feel like it's kind of intimidating as well. Like, I feel like it's intimidating, and I, like, a lot of people don't understand that it's so hard being a content creator. It's so hard being fucking Instagram famous or whatever the case may be, when, like, you literally have to deal with so much different shit. Like, you know, I can't even have a genuine friendship because I have to worry about people always wanting to compete with me or be envious of me or some weird ass shit, you know. So it's just like, and I hate that, like, friendships fall out because they end up turning into beef or something. Like, why does it have to get to beef? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why we can't talk this shit out as grown ass women or whatever the case may be. And then I hate having, like, friendships where, like, we are, like, equal on the same page, but it's like, I don't like when a female makes it seem like I'm her man. Like, I don't have to talk to you 24/7, text you back 24/7, be on the phone with you 24/7. You know, I don't have to do that 24/7 with you. Like, I feel like as friends, we should have an understanding that you have a life, I have a life. I still have to work on myself and, like, focus on myself just as much as you have to focus on yourself and work on yourself too. Like, you know, like, so honestly, I feel like when people start pulling on my energy and expecting me to always be there for them, always show up for them, always want to do what they want to do, always be down, like, to go and shit like that, but it don't be reciprocated. Like, I had to stop that as well, because I realized, like, a lot of the times, a lot of people always expect me to show up and do, but nobody shows up and do for me. So it's just like, I realized a lot when it came to friendships, and I'm not going to keep on talking and dragging it or whatever the case may be, but I really wanted to get up here and talk to y'all about the whole situation, because I want y'all to understand that choosing to walk away from the people that you love the most does not make you a bad person. It does not make you a loner for the rest of your life, and it does not mean that you lost people forever. Okay, like I said before, you literally just made room for the correct people to come into your life, for your soul family to meet you. Okay, so like, I just want y'all to know that it's okay to go through your lonely season. It's okay to go through solitude. It's okay to be alone. Like, it's okay to go through that phase. I know it get lonely. I know it can get a little depressing. I know you be wanting to hang out, but you ain't got nobody to hang out with. God will bring you your family, your friends. Everything for you will always come to you. Okay? But until that comes to you, don't go looking for it. Don't go chasing it. Focus on yourself. Stand into your worth. And know that God is going to handle things for you. You know, all you can do is focus on yourself, your growth, and whatever else you got going for yourself, you know. And I had to tell myself that too. Like, right now I'm in a season where I'm integrating. And I'm in solitude while I integrate, because when I come out of that solitude and I take everything that I've integrated and I show up consistently and I show up every day and I show y'all, like, this is what God has been working on me with. This is why I have not been hanging out. This is why I have not been with friends. This is why I've been alone. This is why I pulled away. Y'all will see exactly what I mean. God does not want you focusing on X, Y, and Z. None of this external, material, physical shit. Focus on you and your spiritual essence, your spiritual being, your spiritual mind. That's all you can focus on right now. And so I say that with love, and I say that with grace, and I say that with clarity, because I want y'all to understand that everything is temporary. Nothing is never meant to be forever. Friends will fall, guys will go, family will go too. Everything has a reason. Everything is for a reason. It's up to you to figure that reason out. But that's really all I have to say about choosing to walk away, even when it means being alone, even when it means it may hurt, even when it means that the people that you love the most, you lose forever. Like, you know, like, I just want y'all to understand that it's okay to choose yourself. It's okay to be alone, because God will send you the people that's meant to be in your life. You just have to have that faith and have that trust in Him. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who else is, but baby, I am tired of losing friends and getting to know new friends. And I'm tired of getting to know niggas. Like, I'm so tired of all of it. Like, I'm so tired of all of it. So if I can avoid mixed match friendships or mixed match connections when it comes to these niggas, trust me, I am going to avoid that shit by any means necessary, because I don't got time for it no more. Deasia don't want to be drained. Deasia just want to be at peace. Literally. So that's everything I really had to say. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.